the only company that has no maintenance. I have no idea how to handle that, but it's not my problem. We are really crazy in everything.
Okay.
And even the crazy name Pictures by PC is still the product name.
Today's episode features Hans-Joachim Schott, director of the German company SCHOTT SYSTEME, and one of the two founders of the CAD/CAM system Pictures by PC, a software with a rather unusual name for this industry. Mr. Schott is a true veteran who have been at the forefront of the CAD/CAM industry since its early days. His journey with Pictures by PC spans decades, starting back in the mainframe era, long before Windows and the personal computers we use today. Interestingly, Pictures by PC might be the only CAM system in the world that doesn't charge users for updates. Crazy? Let me know what you think in the comments. Enjoy watching. Thank you for agreeing to this interview. What have you planned for this week?
So it's a typical metal fair. We have a much more broader range of software, but here we are especially with the automated milling, and we made it last year with the last revision, and it's a very sophisticated automatic milling of prismatic parts. We say we are on the top of that. Of course, we had an integrated programming language. We can overcome all the dialogues and all the things. So the idea is the worker, all the companies have no personals for that, and we need more production with the same guys and with the same people. And here we have the minimum. We say you can get the factor of 10 in productivity for prismatic parts, and that's let's say 80% of the typical metal work. And our software makes all this since 40 years, but now in this area full automated.
Okay. Your software exists 40 years, so you're a pioneer of German CAD/CAM market.
We can say we are the pioneers of the graphic. Yeah, we make not only manufacturing. The name is a little bit crazy with Pictures by PC. Anybody says it's not a CAD system or a CAM system. No, we started with the first PC. And you know, this was a DOS system with crazy bad graphics. And we said, I came from electronics development in the early days. And yeah, we said the PC will win the race against the mainframes at that time for the big companies and medium-scaled Unix systems. So we were as old as AutoCAD, and AutoCAD could make a line and a circle and said we are AutoCAD. We were a little bit more conservative and said this graphic, vector graphics, and we had said vector graphics but sophisticated, and we were the first company that make a programming language behind. Of course, we said we have not enough knowledge about all technologies in engineering. And so we were the first that had the integrated programming language. And we said, no, I came in from the electronic industries and said, no, we will get, let's say, minimum four times more every year. And with the graphics even the same. So normally 8 or 10 factor a year. And that was first we were crazy. You could see any circle drawn on the screen. And with that we made only first graphics with plotters and digitizer. But the idea was producible graphics. And then we started with, let's say, pure CNC made with equidistant curves and similar. And then, let's say, in the 90s, we made the first 3D surface modeler. And at that time, there was only SurfCam and VIA were able to handle on DOS computer with 640K RAM and a good surface modeler. And in that, we integrated, for example, an extraordinary Bézier-based database, still in the model now. And yeah, that was the overcoming the 2D, and we started in 3D. And at that time, we made really sophisticated milling. Freeform, we made really complex things in the 90s. And at that time, nobody could handle that. At that time, for small companies, a Unix system cost around, let's say, 250,000 mark at that time, very expensive. And we were very low priced till today. So today the most expensive thing you can buy with us in milling is nearly 50,000 euros end user. And we had never hired the price since the euro comes. So no company in the world, we are the only company that has no maintenance. It's
a separate question about maintenance. Yeah.
So we are really crazy in everything.
Okay.
And even the crazy name Pictures by PC is still the product name.
So your company has your name?
Yeah, my name is...
It's a family-owned company. I mean, do you have any member of your family who also help you to run the business?
No. Just the employees are the working further on the company. So I do it till today, and I started this company, but not my family. So
okay.
then the employees does this job.
If we go back to 80s, 90s, so you were alone on the market. I mean, German market. If we consider German market and come industry, you will be alone.
Yeah, at that moment it was CAD. At that moment we discussed only CAD. Nobody discussed CAM. The only company that makes similar things was Tebis. Tebis, but they made it on a different, better hardware, special hardware.
Okay.
So they were as long as we are on the market. Our problem is we have a much more broader range than these companies. That's our idea. We like to do anything in vector graphics and everything with productivity. Even printing or animation or rendering or such things. So they don't do this. The other thing is if you have such a broad range of features, you have no chance to say we can do everything. Nobody will believe that. So we cannot make a marketing like they do. When we look at the competition, it's simple. All companies that they are on market now can handle a lot of things. They are all able to earn money. But if we look for especially on some kinds of CAM, if we go, for example, for 5-axis milling, then typical hypermill would be the most competitor. We can do the same thing. They have the more reputation than we, but we can always do things that they never can do. We can do things always better than anywhere, because we have an open structure and the programming language behind. But if we look at this market, it would be typical 5-axis competitor will be Hypermill. And if we have big forms, then Tebis. It's most, they are well known and long on the market. A little bit solid come, but not really in 5-axis. And if we look, for example, in a different market, we look, for example, in engraving marks, there's nobody without.
You can handle vectors.
Yeah, we can make graphical artwork. So there's nearly nobody. It's only Artcam or such. But
it's, the market.
Yeah.
And we have Mastercam with a module for arts.
Yeah, so the Mastercam is not a competitor. So Mastercam is a well-known, very good system, but in all fields we can be more sophisticated.
How many customers and partners do you have right now?
Yeah, it's just changing. We had, for example, products that made with our programming language special applications. In the early days, we had made for a German company that makes very small machines, easel company. So we made a special version for them, low price version coming with any machine. With that company, we have, let's say, more than 25,000 units. But now they were just changing the market, and we have divided in the dental milling part and normal production market. Now they will bought from other companies, so it changes just at that moment the license model. But let's say in our field, we would say active users, really active users, they are working every day with the system, about 18,000 to 20,000.
What about partner network?
The problem, the sales is very problematic with us. If we would have internationally the same reputation like in Germany, we would be really rich. But no, we imagine if anybody, a salesman sells a Hypermill, then he earns 4 times more than with us. So our problem is we have to do it extremely often with direct sales. Because the price is so low, and everybody says we cannot earn enough money with.
So you do direct sales now?
We make a lot direct sales. We have some applications for orthopedic or for dental. There we have different markets. Some of them made this product. For example, in the electronic area, we had a company that made complete capsuled electronics with everything pick and place. It's done from our system. For example, if you have a Huawei handy, the antenna will be done from our software. So they have a different sales market, but it's not so much. So the most is direct sales.
You see what's happening right now on the market, I mean CAM market. Big companies like Hexagon and Sandvik, they acquire small players like Esprit, Mastercam, so it's already a part of a big corporation. What do you think about this process? Is it good or bad for the industry?
Yeah, so in the case of Hexagon, I have no idea what I should do with 12 CAM systems. They have very good products like Visi, it's in the mold making area, the main product. I have no idea how to handle that, but it's not my problem.
So it doesn't affect you?
It doesn't affect us because they are on the market before this new configuration. No, they are competitor, but we see if you now look at the Hexagon booth, you have to look what will be presented.
Yeah.
And when they were at Megadot, so they make mold forming with Wiese. So I have no idea. The idea with Sandvik and Zimmerton and Mastercam seems to be much more, makes more sense, I think, because they have standard milling with Mastercam and the mold forming with Zimmerton. That seems to be really good model, but imagine the Sandvik cannot sell that. It's only marketing, and maybe that's better to say I be a part of a big company. I say independence is much more better, but in our case, some companies try to get us, but there's no. I don't see a sense in that. No. The problem is we will be lost in that system, because the other main products, and I think the engraving will be the only thing that will be overcome, because the other cannot handle that. That makes no sense. And the other is the integration is much more difficult, because we make the complete vector world completely, from a single line till art, till rendering animation. So it's not only CAM. And imagine if you look at the future AI spectral.
That's my next question about the future of your product.
Yeah.
So what are further plans?
Our plan is simple. We are the first company that had integrated language. We can switch to any market. So that's we have never a problem with the market. We have only a problem with quantity of employees. We got no developers and not sales people. So no, we have all the graphics, and we always find a small slot the other cannot do.
Okay.
If you look at the big companies, NX, NX is the only product that can handle all the things we do. Nobody will believe that, but it is. NX is made with PLM, PDM, and all the and administration things. And if I give an example, look at TE Connectivity, early Tyco company. I think there's no car in the world that doesn't have a sensor or a plug from Tyco or TE Connectivity. And if you ask what are their systems, so it's NX, and they have, let's say, 500,000 employees in Chicago, so they have NX. But since more than, I think, nearly 30 years, every prototype is done from our software, and it's done in Germany, in Darmstadt. Okay. Maybe that they have now different places, but since 30 years, imagine what the computer was at that time. So, and no product is done from NX. So that's the typical, we come always under the door.
What are your personal plans for the next 10 years? Are you going to continue with the company, or are you going to be retired? So
No, so I will do it.
Still,
I will do it till the end of my life, because it's not always fun, but I'm even my guys here are with the product, and I will do it as long as I can. But my employees getting more power now. One of them is here, and the employees will do it in the next generation. The only problem we have is really to get young people, and that's in Munich at that moment a very hard job. And that's the most, problem of the company, not the product.
What is the most interesting for you now? You see the market, other products. What is the most interesting for you now?
Yeah,
Market.
the market is we have to produce things, so that's not a.
With technology like high-speed machining or AI. So what do you think?
Yeah, so it's a broad range of that. In the first, it's high-speed milling will be as long as I live. And that's typical if you make heavy metal. It could not be done in the other way. But even in tools, there's such a big in the early days, we made high-speed cutting. Now we make heavy-duty cutting. So it's completely just the tools have changed a lot. In our case, it's all is geometry. Doesn't matter if we use a 3D printer or we use a milling machine or a mill turn machine. In software development, we see a lot of wrong sides. If we look, you cannot go to a mechanic engineer and say, I make now a CAM. That's the wrong idea. We have to integrate it as IT. If you look at our title of the software, it's IT and cut and CAM. And if you have no good structure in IT, you have no chance. Imagine we can drive with our software the robot on the Mars if we have the allowance for that. So we have, it's in the hardest fact, we are graphic development. That's completely all in. For example, this application I told were made with our integrated object-oriented basic. So we had made the automatism in 14 days. So other need hundreds of years, I say. So when we founded this, the idea was openness, inside and outside, programming language, and then the ideas, even with freeform NURBS, were not invented at that moment. We made all the geometric things you need for the next 100 years. And even if you look at, most companies are volume-based. We make STL in the same. We can handle STL. We can make figures. So our idea is always geometry will be ever. And we are a geometric generator.